Hi everybody and welcome to our January giveaway. So I'm just going to give it a minute or so for us to get started. Double check we're all working. Submit. So it normally takes a minute or so, and then we are cooking on gas. So we already had a question up from Ryan. So Ryan's proper on it. So it's from Ryan. Hey up, Paul. Hope you and Joe are well. All good here, Ryan. Hope you and PJ are keeping well. And then a question here from Ryan. So he's popped up. Paul, when shotting a 4x12 pole float up, how do you shot them, please? So biggest thing I would say, Ryan, is it depends on the float that you're actually using. So I've actually got some. I've been a busy boy. I haven't really been fishing loads, but I've been doing loads of prepping throughout these months. When the fishing's not the best, not necessarily the fishing ain't the best, but the weather isn't the best, I like to sort of revamp all my gear, just, sort out the rigs that I use. And this is what I've been doing today. So I've just been tidying up my little winter Maggie tray. You'll be able to see there, I've got a few bread rigs, but yeah, these floats for this time of the year, they're the ones that I absolutely love, to be honest. And I've been using them more and more at Tunnel. So little things like just going over the ones. I like painting some of the bristles, especially on my solid tip. So if I can hold it somewhere without pushing any buttons, hopefully you'll be able to see. They just glow up so nice. And when it's in low light. So yeah, I've just been doing all of those. But on to your question, Ryan. Biggest thing is what type of float you're using. So, excuse me, just to give you a bit of a guide, I've got like my shotting guidebook here, like with all my rigs that I have. And it does massively depend on the float you're using. So for a 4x12 winter Maggie, it's a really light float, ever such a small, fine body, if that makes sense, in terms of the taper. It's very slim. The bristle's solid, and it's obviously got a really light carbon in it. It's sort of a roach float, to be honest. But that float takes 8 number 12 Balabini shot. So I'm going to say it's almost like what I would consider a normal 1.5, a normal 4x10 1.5 mil bristle. It takes a similar shot into that. So then if you was moving up, bristle sizes, just to, again, give you a rough idea, for a 1.5 mil hollow tip floats, the ones that I use in RW, a 4x12 takes 2 number 11 droppers, 5 number 9 stots, and these are all stots. So with me winter Mackies I use shot, but with the rest of them I've used cubes or stots. You know what I'm on about, that sort of, that type of shot. But that one takes 2 number 11s, cubes or stots, and then 5 number 9s plus 1 number 11 and then 2 number 13s. So I always like having a few trimming cubes above it, just so that if your float's dotted, I always try and shot them at home, so that my big shot takes it to the bottom of the bristle, so where the bristle joins the body. And then I like using my trimming shot just to be able to dot my float down, and that way I can tailor it on the day. But if it's a 1.5 mil bristle, then that's the shot in roughly it takes sort of 5 number 9 cubes as total. But then if you was to use I don't even know what I'm looking. I know what a 4x12 1.7 mil bristle takes. That takes 6 number 9 cubes or stots. So it very much depends on one, the brand of the float you're using, whether it's a wire stem float or a carbon stem float. But to give you a rough idea of how I like to shot them, in the summertime, I use big droppers. So on me 1.7 mil Mackies, I use 022 mainline and 018 mainline. I just shot them with 6 number 9 cubes or stots, because I don't really need a number 11 dropper. I'm never going to use it like that, sort of in the summertime. But then when I'm using me 1.5 mil bristle and lighter, I like 2 number 11 or 2 number 10 droppers. Again, it depends whether you shot or whether you use stots or cubes. And I'd say that shot are slightly heavier personally, but again, it depends on what manufacturer shot you use. But throughout the winter time, if you're going to use it now, I'd probably stick to number 10 droppers. I think that'd be fine. And then make your bulk out of, I think, number 9s. because you don't want, I think an ideal bulk length in terms of the amount of shot is 5 to 6 or 7. If you start getting 8 or 9, then you're better off going up a shot size. Likewise, I wouldn't just want it to take sort of 3 number 8s. I want that sort of bulk. It's just a nice length of a bulk. But if you build it up via that, your droppers are what you want. Say 2 number 10 droppers, I think at this time of the year would be perfect. Then make your bulk out of 5 to 6 shot or 7, 5 to 7 shot roughly. And then just make sure that when you're shotting it up, that you shot it to the bristle. And then even if you say a number 12 and 2 number 13s, just to be able to dot it down. So that's the best bit of advice I could give you, because obviously I don't know what floats you use. So that's what I would say with that one. Ryan, so where we got to? So John's on it immediately. I need a prize for you, John, don't I? So Danny Griffin, you've won a ticket. They love it, them boys. This one's from James. Afternoon, mate. Afternoon, James. Hope you're keeping well. And to you, John. I hope you're keeping well. And then moving further down, it's from Andy Man. Bulio. You're right, Andy. Hope you're keeping well. Oh, Dan is on. Dan is on. The boys are both on. Replying to John Brown. John Brown, you won a pole winder. I should send him a pole winder, shouldn't I? These two love it. Fair play to them. So, it's from James. Love that dobbing video. Great tips. Honestly, James, it blew my head, because do you know what I said on that video as well? That I'm sure it was about 2 or 3 years ago when I remember catching a big weight on bread. And I thought it was 2 or 3 years ago, or say 3 or 4 years ago, when I was on 19 on club. And it come up on my Facebook memories that it was 8 years ago. That's how long ago it was. Just don't normally get the chance to do it there. But honestly, that Winter Maggie, the difference it made was unbelievable, to be honest. And I can't help but feel, knowing what I know now, in the past, I could have caught a hell of a lot more. But obviously it's, conditions as well. That's why I've only kept a few of these dobbers where I've been tying them up today. And the biggest thing with those is they're all tied to 018 mainline, more so when I'm going to Monkle, if I draw the bread stack on Buzzard, because I know you can catch them quite shallow there. So I've kept those. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed doing it. And honestly, when I was driving up there in the morning, because no, did I stay? Did I stay or did I drive? Can't remember now. Was it Saturday? Did I drive up? I can't remember. But anyway, I just remember going up there thinking, please, please. So when I pulled my van up, sort of right on the edge of the peg, I'm gently getting all my stuff out, sort of put my pole together. And where I was doing my match course, I always left my rigs up. So I quickly put my plummet on and I was sweeping through my peg and nothing. And then I went over here and it was just like, just stuck. And I was like, oh. So yeah, it was really, really good. I enjoyed it. And there's a hell of a lot more to it than meets the eye, as in with all fishing. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I absolutely love doing it. And even after we filmed, I carried on fishing for a while. And what was interesting was in front of me, there was nothing there to start with. And then when we done our filming, I went to my left and then eventually they vanished. So I'm moving around my peg, and in front where I caught, basically, I'm going to say sort of that far off the face of the reeds. That's where I caught everything on the match that I was on. Well, I can't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday. But basically, I caught everything that far off the reeds in front of me. Never caught anything to my left, and never caught anything to my right. It's dead close when 11's in as well, sort of facing you, and John was there. And I sort of swung my plummet around this way, and I did bump into a couple, and I caught 2 F1s there. And then everything seemed to go out of my peg. So I thought, I'm just going to have a swing, my plummet in front of me where, I've done it, obviously, whilst we've been doing our film and never felt anything. And I swung through right in front of them reeds, and it bumped into something. And I thought, oh, that's right where I caught them. So, again, this is me fishing on afterwards. So I just wanted to catch as many as I can, because all sort of experience. But what was interesting was all of the filming that I'd done. I don't know how many I caught that way in the end. Must have been 15 fish, I would have guessed. And then to my right, I caught 2 there, 2 great big F1s. And I'd never caught a car. Now, on the match, I caught 3 and foul looked and lost 1. And I know that Andy on 6, he caught 2. So anyway, I've dragged my rig into the, you know, in front of these reeds, bumped into a fish, come in, baited with me bit of bread up, flicked my rig in, and as it settled, it's gone under, whacked it, I caught great big carp, and then I caught a stocky. So what was interesting, again, if you ever draw that peg, is it feels like the carp are sort of in and around them reeds, but I swept through there a number of times, never actually felt anything. But what was interesting was how good it was to my left, yet I never hooked a carp. And as soon as I bumped into something in front of them reeds, caught a carp. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed doing it. Again, it's nice when we don't often get the chance to do it. So this one's from Andrew, using the solid tip dink today for expanders, mint, glowed up beautiful. That's the biggest thing with them solid tip floats. Like, I think this one thing that I feel like I'm learning is everyone's eyesight's different. And I remember in the past when I used to fish with Pem a lot, and he'd always have the yellow floats and I'd always have the red ones. But especially when I'm wearing my glasses, and again, I haven't had them for many years. I think I got my first pair just after lockdown when I was going to Todber. But when I'm wearing my glasses, the yellow tint ones, I think they're called a sunrise lens. They are, yeah, Costa sunrise lens. But how well that yellow painted float shows up from my eyesight is unbelievable. So yeah, definitely picking the right float for your eyes. But I feel like yellow, especially at this time of the year, it just glows up so well, especially when it's on that broken bank side. So where have you been, Andrew? Please don't, if you've been to Reddit, just don't tell me. That is some venue. And I'm guessing from what you've said, that's why it's come into my head. You just make me even more jealous. So this one's from Jason. You're right, Jay. Hope you're keeping well. Hi, Paul. Hope all's, yeah, all good here, Jay. I hope you're keeping well. So who won what, John Lad? There, them boys are just on there. So where are we now? So it's from James. Yep. Picked out the bigger carp, etc. Yeah. Yeah, right in front of me. That's where they were. So it's from James. I think some things come round in circles bait-wise also. Yeah, I think what's happened, James, to be honest, is it's normally in the past, again, just from memory, you can dob a few on new, sort of around peg 26, 25, that on that roadside bit. That in the past has always been quite good for bread. Sort of 44 on new, you could dob a few. Again, there was odd pegs on extension, but I think the big difference now is the amount of these. It's just drinking pineapple juice. It repeats on me, but it's sweet, so I like drinking it, as you can probably tell. Since all these stockies have gone in last year's teams of four, I was on house. I only was on house a couple of times, and I was on top, but I can't remember off the top of my head ever dragging my rig through and like bumping into a massive ball of them. And the only thing that I can put it down to is on Jenny's, the water seemed really quite clear. And that was the first time. What was interesting when we were setting up, I know that Andy don't go there a lot, and he knows that I go there a bit. And I get on well with Andy. He's a lovely lad, unbelievable angler. And he's popped up and said, like, what do you reckon it's going to be like? And I said, well, I haven't fished many matches, to be honest, Andy. I've only fished the one through the ice when we was on extension. And I caught everything across, just tapping in a little bit of ground bait with a maggot and a pinky on the hook. And I said, it almost seems different because now than it was. Because in all those teams of four matches, I can't remember actually catching a fish on bread, because since these stockers have been put in, you can just feed them. And it was weird how sort of, you know, you're bumping into fish. But Jenny's in the past, when the teams of four was bigger, when it was on Jenny's Club Canal, High, and obviously all the other lakes, it was always more Club Canal. And again, Club and Jenny's and some parts of Canal, that good bit, sort of like 135, that little area on Canal, where it was always good for bread. So yeah, I feel like the other lakes, there's a hell of a lot more feeding fish now. So yeah, just don't often get a chance to do it, but it was really, really nice. I really enjoyed it, James. So moving further down, this one's from Philip. You're right, Phil. Hello, Shag. I know what he's saying. Hope you two are good. Yes, all good here, Phil. I hope you're keeping well. So this one is from Benjamin. Ben. Hi, Paul. Hope you're keeping well. Love your method feeding videos. Are you bringing out any new videos on the method this year? Yes, I'm guessing we will do. It's difficult now because I can't remember who I was having this conversation with. I think it might have been Tommy Hillier. And I was saying sort of in the past for how much rod and line fishing, sort of pellet waggler, bomb method fishing that I used to do. And it come into a little bit in the past at YA, because like when we used to go to Belingi on that back lake, that was always mega for a method feeder. Sort of Twin Oaks could be good for a method feeder, or good for like a little pellet waggler. Match Lake, again, in the certain areas, used to be good for sort of bomb and pellet waggler. But almost, to be honest, since I've stopped going to White Acres, and then Lindome was the other one in the July festival, again, it was only really on the Loco Lake where you ever fish sort of rod and line. It's a bomb waggler, not so much method feeder. But it just doesn't seem to come into it anymore. You know, I can't remember. I was saying to Tom when I was talking to you, I can't remember the last time I fished a match off the top of my head and fished rod and line and it was relative to win. The only one that I could think of was when I fished a qualifier on Buzzard, and it was one on the pole. But looking back now, I think if I'd have fished sort of a little maggot feeder, I'd have caught a few. But even then, it's like it don't come into it now with the commercial fishing, you know, UK commercial pole fishing more than anything. Sort of like your Snake Lake type venues. But then even when you look at big venues, you know, where a lot of the matches, I'm going to say that I fish, I don't fish that many qualifiers. But even when you look at Hayfield, where that I would say is sort of a big open water lake, but even there it's more pole dominated. So yeah, it just don't really come into it as much. But yeah, I'm sure we will be doing a few. And we are going to fish a few live matches at Marston Fields. And I went there. I'm not going to spoil what we've done, but we went on one of the newer lakes, the Winning Ways Lake, the Curve Lake, and it was good, to be honest. But I see Dale showed me around sort of the complex, and there's these like strip lakes almost like smaller than Twin Oaks and a little bit narrower, like a smaller version. But I don't think you'd be able to. It might come into it where sort of loose feeding pellets and fishing a long line flick rig, but I know that some of the carp in there are a big stamp, and I feel like that, especially in the summertime, a method could be good there. But yeah, we will definitely, if I don't do one for Match Focus, we will definitely be doing one for Blake, so you will see one. So this one's from Andrew, and then I'll get on with our the giveaway bit. So Red Hill, mate, been very tough but always nice. Had a few bites. The thing is, it is stunning now. I'd be on a sunny day. I'm not going to say if it's wet and windy, because I can imagine it could be freezing there. But on a sunny day, I'd be happy to go there. I'm not going to say I'm really happy to go there and blank, but you know what I mean. It's such a pretty place, just being there. Yeah, I can't wait to go back this year, Andrew. So moving on to our giveaway. I'll just have a sip of my juice, and then I can go through our bit. So I'm about to make sure I go back, so I'll read this bit out right, but it's our normal bit. So if you subscribe via the website, Joe will send you an email from support@matchfocus.co.uk saying that basically you won a prize, and shit, sort it all out as such. But if you think you've won and you subscribe via YouTube, you will need to email us. So again, support@matchfocus.co.uk. I always say it, don't like saying it, but we're never, ever, ever, ever going to ask you for any money, bank details. So if ever you think, oh, you know, even if you get an email from Joe and you're a bit, well, I'm not too sure, just send me a message. It's absolutely fine. I'd always rather that you ask. You know, I never want one of our boys or girls to ever fall victim of that. It's everywhere. Say it's horrible to talk about, but I'd rather do it like this than anyone ever get scammed. So yes, if you're ever worried, just send me a message and I'll make sure of it. So going on to what we're going to be giving away this month. Again, it's still quite cold, but it's starting to get a little bit lighter outside. So roll on some better weather and some different bait. But to be fair, the fishing it's been quite good for me, touch wood. So fishing is still quite good for this time of the year. So each of our 10 winners are going to win a kilo of our Commercial Masters pole mix. So ever faithful one of that. And then a kilo of course expander. So Paul Yates's mix. Again, I'll try and show you the best I can with my light. And then this one is probably the mix that everyone is using at the moment. So Skimmer's Dark, a kilo of Skimmer's Dark. The more I use that, especially this time of the year, in the past I used to, you know, when I was going to gold a lot more, I used course expander, but going back now, I'd probably just use Skimmer's Dark. I like it, keep it simple, stupid. I like one mix that I just mix up and go fishing with. So that's pick a mix at this time of the year. Skimmer's Dark will be the one for me personally. And then if you are still doing a bit of carp fishing, sort of still, again, a little bit of method feeder fishing, we always got to put this one in, especially for this time of the year. And that's our coarse carp, so a kilo of coarse carp. And then lastly, some lovely 4mm expanders. We've still got some good 4mm expanders in Blake's. A nice small size. Garth hasn't phoned me up and told me that we've run out. I know there's still a few there. There's not stockpile that we managed to have, but I know they've still got a few in stock, and I'm always searching. So again, whenever expanders come in, I'm always there searching. Like, I need to do I almost do like a little prayer to the expander gods. Please, 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 please be these ones be mint or something. But I'm yet to still find some, and that's how difficult it is to find some good expanders. But say, I know from Garth, I haven't had a phone call saying that we've run out. So yes, there's still some good small 4mm expanders in Blake. So 700 grams for those. So reading out our winners. Our first winner is Peter Mercer. So congratulations, Peter. Our second winner is Richard Bacon. Congratulations, Richard. Our third winner is Barry Bride. Barry Bird. I always mess his name up. So massive well done to Baz. Our fourth winner is Kevin Bennett. Congratulations, Kevin. Our fifth winner is Steve Dean. Congratulations, Steve. Our sixth winner is Tom Law. Congratulations, Tom. Our seventh winner is Ken Mainwaring. Congratulations, Ken. Our eighth winner is definitely a YouTube winner, and it's JBW Bray Wade. So massive congratulations. Our ninth winner is Wendy Perry. Congratulations, Wendy. And our last winner is Cy Wakeman. So well done, Cy. So again, I'll just read through my little bit that Joe writes down for me. If you subscribe via the website, Joe will send you an email, and it'll be from support@matchfocus.co.uk. If you think you've won and you subscribe via YouTube, you need to email us. So again, support@matchfocus.co.uk. Again, any queries, any questions, any worries, always just send me a message. What I will do, what I want to touch on as well, is tonight at 6:30, we're going to be doing our live with Andy. So just under an hour. Hope I see a few of you over there. And the last thing, before I go through our any more comments, what I want to touch on is our caps. I'm the world's worst at advertising stuff. I always forget. And Joe always gives me a little prod. Remember, Paul, to mention your hats. I'm Bob Hope. So if you would like a cap, if you go onto the website, so just in Google, again, keep it simple, stupid for me, go onto Google Match Focus, it'll come up, the website, even if you're not subscribed, click the shop button, and then you can buy a hat. Even I could do it. That's how easy it is, but you have to do it on the website. So hat-wise, what we've got is a nice black one. That's the one that I wear most of the time. Again, I'm not as outgoing as some people, but if you are outgoing, we've got a lovely red one. That's a really, really nice one. I should wear these a little bit more, but it's a bit shouty for me. But having said that, I do wear this one in the summertime, and this is a nice blue one, again with that white target. That's really, really nice and popular in the summertime. So that's me stepping outside my comfort zone. Normally I'm plain Jane, so one of these two ones. And again, moving on to our last one, which is sort of this light grey coloured with the red target on it. So yes, I thought I'd mention that. If you want a hat, Google Match Focus shop, done. So that is our giveaway for January. So what I'm going to do, got a bit of itchy nose, I'm going to go through our comments, and then hopefully I'll see you all in about an hour's time. So moving further down, this one is from Graham. You're right, Graham. Hope you're keeping well. Afternoon, Paul. I can feel my name on the giveaway today. Sorry, Graham. Fingers crossed for next month. You'll get there, mate. You'll get there. And then this one is from Tony. Hi, Paul. Hope you and Joe are good, Tony. Hope you're keeping well, Tony. Yeah, I say we're all good here. We are a lot better. The better half, unfortunately, I don't know if she's got a stomach bug, so like diarrhea, sickness, but she seems to be getting over it now. But I think it's been going around, you know, that, and obviously a few people with like coughs and colds. I just think it's this time of the year. My stuff is drinking pineapple juice, but it's lovely. It just sticks on you a bit, doesn't it? But it's better than what I used to drink. I'm going to say it's been like 3, maybe 4 months now, no Red Bull. So getting there. So this one's from Diddy. Stay home, put the tunes on, 1,000,000%. And it just seems to get louder than it did. Is it your hearing, do you think, goes as you get older, or turn it up? History is on. So this one's from Ben again. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate your time. Looking forward to seeing more videos of your fishing skills on the Blake's YouTube channel. Yeah, we've definitely got plenty coming up this year. And what's nice as well now, we've got Jimmy there. So he's mega. But also we've got Adam Richardson. I know Adam's going to be doing a bit more sort of like rivers and stuff like that. And hopefully we're going to do a bit as well. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. Again, a lot of people that know me know that I'm very fortunate. I've got a river in the bottom of my garden, but it's not been the best for quite a few years now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a bit more of that, hopefully, in the summertime. And this one's from James again. Amazing giveaway. Thanks, James. And that's class. I love that. Well done, everyone. Cheers, James. Yeah, massive well done to all of our winners. So that is, yeah, and this one's from James. See you at 8:30. Rib bagger a little. I can't. It's pointless, James. Like with Matty and Chris and Sam, they all have a little go when we're out, but it just says something like, all right, then, what is it he normally says to him? All right, then, give me your CV. Yeah, as a postage stamp so you can write it on. It's pointless. It is pointless even. So I just sit there, and if he gives me abuse, you crack on with it, because you ain't going to win. And obviously, if you're saying that, you know him too well. You ain't winning in a battle of wits with him. No chance. So our last one, this one's from Roger. Evening, Paul. Good luck on your next match. And you, Roger, and you. So I'm going to leave that there. Say hour's time, going to be live with Andy. So if anyone's got any questions, again, if you're tech savvy, you can ask them live. If you're like me, a bit bob out with stuff like this, then just, I'm pointing because my phone's there. So if you want to send us any questions, you can just send them on Messenger to me, and I will get them answered for you. So yes, that is this January's giveaway. If you didn't win, fingers crossed, you might be a bit luckier next month. But yes, hopefully I'll see a few of you in an hour's time. If I don't, best of luck this month, and I hope you'll catch plenty, and I will see you soon on the bank. Cheers for watching.